Family Worship Primer, Episode 17.
Welcome to Bridgecast, an online internet broadcast hosted at paulthompsonblog.com. In today's broadcast, Paul may give reviews of books he's been reading, interview friends, explore church history, or consider current events, all with the hope to keep the lamp of Scripture on the narrow path. Listen in as Paul considers today's topics.
The question this week is, can God do all things? Now we want to have the bedrock, the helpful information about what Jeremiah 32 verse 17 tells us about God, which helps build the evidence for why we would even ask such a question as this, and then to give an answer to it is, can God do all things? Yes. We could stop right there and that would be a sufficient answer. That would be all that is needed to answer this question. Can God do all things? Yes. You will have successfully accomplished the goal in question 17. Can God do all things? Yes. Be happy with that. Go further. Jeremiah 32:17 also unfolds a deeper understanding of not only, yes, God can do all things, but God can do all His holy will. There is nothing that can stop God from doing what God does. Nothing. Nothing means nothing. Can God do all things? Yes, God can do all His holy will. And furthermore, there is nothing that I can do to thwart the will of God. There's nothing that you can do to thwart the will of God. There is nothing that the devil can do to thwart the will of God. Can God do all things? Be pleased to hear it when your children say, yes, God can do all His holy will. Hey, go dig into that good, deep water of Jeremiah 32:17. Go there and be pleased to teach, instruct, to give evidence and biblical foundation of bedrock for your children to stand on. Whenever the world wants to question this God, they'll have a scripture. They'll have the knowledge of who God is and how big He is, how mighty He is, how lofty He is. And there is nothing that man can do to hinder, to thwart, to stop the will of God. Can God do all things? Yes. Let him say it with an exclamation point. Jeremiah 32:17 helps unfold this, that God can do all His holy will. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you with increased joy in the teaching of these high and lofty, mighty things of God to your children.
Thanks for listening today. Feel free to write Paul with questions or comments related to today's topics. Helpful links can be found at the blog link related to this broadcast at paulthompsonblog.com.